Hello guys, and welcome to my video of the SU-122-44. This is the Tier 7 Russian tank destroyer. It's a premium tank, so you can use your crew from another tank destroyer. I'm using the food consumable here, which it decreases the reload time and increases other skills such as view range and camo, etc. This is a special game of mine. I'm going to do a lot of damage, as you will see, with this tank. We bounce the Tiger sight there. This is a Tiger H or Tiger 1, and we bounce it even again. This tank uses a 122mm gun, which has a standard penetration of 175 and a premium or APCR penetration of 217 penetration. It's the same gun as the IS-6, but with a lot better damage per minute. I like to compare this tank with the Tier 7 German Jagdpanther or Jagdpanzer, I forgot their right name, but it's basically a downgraded version. What I mean with that is that this tank, the SU, has less view range, less mobility in the way that it has less top speed, worse aiming time, worse accuracy. Shell velocity is also much slower, but it makes up for this, as you can see, with an amazing reload time, which is around 6.6 seconds in this tank with this setup. And it also has better camo and mobility than the German tank destroyer, because it has a much better track traverse speed, as you will see later in the video. Now I haven't really started talking about the game yet, so let's go ahead. As you can see, this is the encounter mode on Malinovka. It's still an old game, so by the time you watch this there might be a lot of changes. We waited for the T-29 to back up so we can shoot his side, which is easy to penetrate, sorry. And we're going to fire one more, again thanks to the very fast reload. We can did almost 1000, no, we did 770 damage on the T-29. We try to penetrate the IS-7 here, which is very unlikely, because we could basically only see his turret, which is very strong, and his frontal armor is strong as well. And like I said, the 175 penetration is not enough to bet an IS-3 at this long range. So we noticed that the enemies have crossed the field and are starting to push in the west here at T-69 and T-71, which have both an autoloader and are very strong tanks. The IS-3 is spotted again, and we load with APCR, which we managed to, and we have an amazing hit. This is also one of the big advantages of the SU. As you can see there, we did 459 damage, which is a lot more than the alpha damage you get on the German tank destroyer. So by now we've already done over 4000 damage, and probably an extra shot went in the T-29, which we fired at blindly earlier in the game. We are also starting to run low on shells. We only have 2 AP left and 12 APCR. So our team really needs to start killing the enemy if we want to have a chance at winning. As you can see, it was quite low, around 43%. And we noticed the enemy are pushing again in the west. KV-1S has a very weak armor, so no problems at all to pen him. And the T-69 is also a very lucky shot here. Like I mentioned earlier, because of the high caliber of the gun, 122mm, the shells travel very slow, so you need to give it a lot of lead, which means you shoot in front of the tank if he's moving, in order to hit him. So by now we've done over 5,000 damage, which is really amazing, and we are still going. We still have all our hit points. I should mention though that this is the perfect situation here in the SU. As you can see, I always had targets which could penetrate, like here. And the enemies just kept coming at me, and I could fire them from stealth, so they couldn't see me. Will it win? Yes, that's an important kill here, the IS-3. Another thing that is great about the SU is the gun mantlet in front. As you can see, it has it's very thick, and a lot of tanks will bounce it. So that's basically the only protection you have in this tank, the gun mantlet and the very sloped armor, but it still isn't a lot, so the enemy won't have a lot of trouble penetrating it. KV-1 is still spotted, and we hammer rack him there. As you can see, the armor, normally a T-71 shouldn't have any problem penetrating me, but you can't. And here you can see the amazing track traverse speed of the SU, which means he can defend himself in a lot of close combat situations, even against light tanks. Now we did over 6,600 damage, and this is really not losing. Here I missed the shot, and I only have 4 left, so I can't really win anyway, which causes me to make a stupid move and miss the T-69, which allows him to kill me, as he has a lot of speed and can flank me. Now let's see how much damage I effectively did, and how much money we made for this in the after battle results. So, as you may have expected, we finished as the best of our team with 1033 damage, 6 kills and 7000 damage without a top gun. So this tank obviously isn't worse than the Jagd Panther, but it has its cons, but as you can see, it's still a very good tank. I hope you enjoyed this.